Taylor,
Hey, sweet baby Ray.
how are you, man?
I'm good. Thanks for doing this. Sorry about that little hiccup there.
No worries, bro. Of
Appreciate that.
course.
First of all, sweet baby Ray. That's
Yes.
I was just watching some of the interviews you've done in the past and just learning about that is it's funny. I just heard that now, so the timing of
Yeah,
that.
been around for a minute, but something
Yeah.
I don't advertise pretty much.
How was your day, man? First of all, just day to day. What was your day like, man?
Good, man. I'm just recovering from jet lag, and honestly, I'm deep into prep for 166 next Friday night in Qatar. It's the first time one championship's going to Qatar. We have a tremendous card from top to bottom. The main event, Anatoly Malakin and Rainier de
Mhm.
Ritter for the middleweight MMA World Championship. Also, very pumped about the strawweight MMA World Championship with Jared Brooks defending his title against Joshua Pacio. That a rematch. And then for the featherweight MMA World Championship, it'll be Tang Kai and Tan Lee unifying because you have Tan Lee as the interim champion. Tang Kai is the actual, regular champion. So they're going to unify the featherweight division. You got Arjan Buller and Amir Ali Akbari. I mean, the
Yeah.
card is stacked from top to bottom. And what's great is that fans can watch it in the US and Canada, either on the One Championship YouTube page or on Prime, which is great, which is where you see our one fight nights once a month on Friday nights. So it'll be fantastic. Wake up in the morning, enjoy a cup of coffee or some breakfast, and watch a loaded card from top to bottom. And then we come your way the following week with an all women's card. We have Pet Chija in the main event. So very excited about that. I think it's going to be a sensational night of martial arts. We're actually going to be celebrating International Women's Day during that card at One Fight Night 20. So it'll be all women's martial arts on that card from top to bottom, just showing the depth that One Championship has in their roster.
And how explosive they are. I watched Pet Gija's debut. She fought on one Friday Fights in the morning show, and now she's champion. And some of the Supergirl, she was defeated prior in her last fight there. I forget the opponent she had there. She wasn't feeling the greatest before. She said when she went in there, but the talent of the women's, they are absolutely it's insane. I need to be completely honest with you, Ray. This is First of all, one championship is the pinnacle. I know you know this. I know there isn't
Yeah.
a comparison in the sense of violence per capita, production. Literally, I use that. It's like if you want to get violence per capita, you can watch Bare Knuckle, but it's not going to be as technical or as beautiful. You literally get the most brilliant violence per capita on the planet in one championship. And my very first fight that I watched was March last year on National Muay Thai Day of the world, and it was the Regan Ursel Sinsummit 2 match. Tagir Kalalov was
Wow.
on that card. It was my very first time. So I'm
Yeah.
getting so excited here. And uh, I was lucky enough, Regan was my very first interview after his win. So
Wow.
my very first, I've never done it before. I was a chef for 8 years. So I messaged him, and usually I'm watching UFC with my friends. I'm messaging or I'm calling. I woke up with a sore back after an injury. I've heard Joe Rogan talking about one championship. I go on YouTube 7 in the morning. There's fights on live.
Yeah.
So Ray, I grab my bong. I load up the bong. Put in a 12 cupper of coffee, and I'm smoking away my pain. And I'm watching what I've been a fight fan all my life, like you. I started
Yeah,
with
very much.
boxing, and it was the golden era for me. I was born '95, so I got the tail end of the golden era going into that. My grandpa was a big boxing fan. It was always that.
For
And then
sure.
ended up watching PBC, and I heard your voice, and so this is
Yeah.
also pretty fucking awesome to be talking with you. On the other end of that, being chef for 8 years and getting to talk with that guy after he silenced Lumpini Stadium in the Mecca was insane. And guys like Tagir Kalalov, guys like Pet Garfield, guys like, you have these, all of a sudden they put on this performance and it's life changing in that organization.
Well, I mean, look, the thing is that what I love that Chatri Sidiotong does with one championship and the entire team is that if you perform, you're going to get opportunities. And that's all you can really ask for in life in general. It's not about if you can talk your way into a fight, or if you have X amount of Instagram followers or social media followers, or what else you bring to the table. Chatri focuses on fighters, men and women, that come to fight and let it hang out and leave it all inside the ring or the circle. You're going to get an opportunity if you are world class. If you get an opportunity to even fight on a one championship card, you're already considered among the world's best. You know why, Taylor? Because only the best of the best are invited to one. That is a fact. So if you're already there and you get an opportunity, whether it be win, lose, or draw, and you go out there and put forth an amazing performance, you're going to get an opportunity. And the thing is that when it comes to one championship, when you sign on the dotted line and you are a part of this elite roster of the world's greatest martial artists in the world's largest martial arts organization, you better be ready to compete. Because let's look at, for instance, when Shinya Aoki, who was supposed to fight Sage Northcutt, John Lineker was there as a replacement. He was in the arena at Ariake Arena watching the prelims, and he gets an opportunity. And did he hesitate? No, he literally ran from the seats to the locker room area to prepare himself to fight Shinya Aoki, the Grandmaster of Flying Submissions. But the bottom line is that Lineker was ready. He was
Yes.
chilling. I don't even know if he was having popcorn yet, but he was chilling, and he got an opportunity, and he said yes. Cade Rotolo. I don't know if you saw the behind the scenes. Cade Rotolo was getting ready to fight Tommy Longaker, and he literally told Chatri, and mind you, this is the lightweight submission grappling world champion, told Chatri, yo, I'll fight Shinya. And I think Chatri said on the interview, he's all like, I've never experienced anything like this in my life. Cade was ready to fight twice in a night. He was like, I'll fight Tommy Longaker and I'll fight Shinya Aoki. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what order that could have happened, but it didn't even get to that point. But the fact that Cade's all like, hey, I'll go twice tonight. No problem. Let's go.
Oh my God. The going into the best being invited to one championship, I wanted to talk about Muay Thai World Cup. And it's funny that I didn't, it's just, I just threw it on. It was clean today.
Nice.
Road to one championship. We had our tournament here in Canada. Now, a lot of the countries, they did one finalist. We did a
Yeah,
grand tournament. We did a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and then a grand finale throughout the year with
nice.
other events that kind of built up the entire thing. So we have three Canadians coming. 125-pound woman, Taylor McClatchy. She is the
Nice.
pound for pound most winningest female combat sports athlete out of Canada ever. She's
Wow.
56 and 9 or 56 and something, every accolade you could think of: world champion, Thai champion, Canadian champion, all that, WBC, like everything. And so now she's just won the title. And it was funny, Vinnie Shorman was interviewing her and she's like, I did it. Like, I did it. Yes. So we got a 125-pound killer on route. Jake Peacock from the UK trains in Canada now, and I don't know if you've ever seen him. He has one arm; the other arm is off at the elbow. He is knocking guys out left, right, and center. He fought the best of the best, the who's who, all over North America, because Muay Thai World Cup isn't just Canada; it's all of North America. So we got the best of the
Wow.
best from Tulum, the US, all of their coming. Chip Salazar, or Chip the Surgeon, a brilliant American. He's a WBC champion. He beat one of our Canadian guys, but Jake Peacock, one-armed fighter from Canada, is coming over to one championship at 145 pounds. And our last is Cody Jerome, WBC Canadian champion that just also won the title at 155. And that 155, like the Eddie Abasolo and Luke Lisi at 155, like it's such a good matchup for anyone that he fights, because this guy's a killer too. It's the best. It's the
Well,
best.
that's fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing them debut within one championship. I think it's going to be they're going to get certainly a crack, and they're going to have an opportunity to go out there and display their talent on the world's largest stage.
100%, man. 100%. It's crazy. I got my start from, well, it was kind of a message from Kieran Kettle, and he works alongside, or he's the WBC Canadian rep and works, like Shotri does, he contacts with him for the one championship stuff. Hence us doing the road to one through his promotion, Muay Thai World
Yeah.
Cup. Um, it's it's cool how these things happen, like with you and Miguel Torres for the Stephan Bonner, like with his connection there. it's just fun, like out of nowhere. You know, you're in the game, you want to cover events, and then these opportunities happen. So it's I've just started last year, and it's been incredible.
I mean, look at what you've been able to do. I mean, credit to you, interviewing Regan Ursel, being, covering one championship. I mean, that speaks volumes, and it's only going to continue. And look forward to seeing more of your coverage. You had Eddie Albasolo on, which is awesome. I mean, man, what a barn burner he had against Luke Lisi. I mean, that was just showcasing American Muay Thai on, at Lumpini Stadium, where the Thais they appreciate great fighters and great efforts. And if you can gain that respect, I mean, when it comes to Muay Thai, it doesn't get any better.
Jaisu, all Jaisu. That's all you got to show, and they love it, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to speak with Nara Chompanik. Tagir Kalalov was on. I had Tyson Harrison on as well. I find that the Canadian landscape for Muay Thai in one championship is wide open. No one's touching it. Like there's a couple of guys that are doing great work, but the like actual like, hey, I got to talk to this guy. Like, we need to talk about what the hell is happening in one championship, or all around in Muay Thai in general. I Another time, like, because it would take forever, and we only got so much time. We'll have to do a boxing one as well. I do cover
Sure.
boxing. Went down to cover a Callum Walsh fight in LA there last year too.
Oh,
That
nice.
was
Very cool. I mean, man, I mean, look what he did on WWE Raw yesterday, announcing his next fight. I mean, that, credit to them for being able to cross promote, whether it's Fight Pass, UFC, and WWE, that TKO partnership is paying dividends.
100%, man. Um, Is there any like just recent fighters that you've seen on one championship that are just like, this is going to be a world champion in like the next year or the next 2 years? Because things move fast in one.
Yeah, a couple of years. I don't know how quick he wants to be moved, but
Yeah.
Johan Ghazali is another guy that, I mean, he's only 17 years of age. I mean, what he did to Edgar Tabarez and what he's been able to do, in Friday fights speaks volumes. And then you look at, to me, I'm very, I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for for guys like Sinsamut. I mean, I know he's going to
Mhm.
come back with one championship. Also, I think of to me, Jonathan Haggerty. I mean, his performance on Friday night was just mind blowing. Him and Felipe Lobo treated us. I mean, Jonathan DeBella from Canada, actually, that's another guy who I can't wait to see next. But even Jonathan DeBella said it's going to be awfully hard to top that for a fight of the year in 2024. So, I mean, Haggerty, I want to see what's next with Ratang. Super Leg looked unbelievable against Takeru in Japan at 165. That was
That
unbelievable. I
comeback,
mean,
man,
and you
in the
just got to
corner.
look at and honestly, let's look at next week. Anatoly Malakin. Can he become a three-division world champion, a heavyweight champion, a light heavyweight champion, and now going down to middleweight? And if you think about it, I mean, Rainier de Ritter is looking for redemption, but Malakin is trying to do to de Ritter what de Ritter did to Ong Long Insan. Won the light heavyweight championship from Ong Long, won the middleweight championship, and now Malakin's trying to do what de Ritter did to Ong Long. So, I mean, that's a compelling, statement. Also, too, you look at the resurgence of Lito Adiwang after,
Yeah.
what he dealt with in his life and his career. He was sort of thinking about maybe, contemplating. I don't think he was contemplating hanging him up, but he was not in a good place. And the fact that he was able to sort of dig deep and allow his injuries to heal. Plus, he was dealing with family tragedy. He lost both of his parents over the course of a 2-year period.
I
Put
didn't
those two losses behind him. He's won 3 in a row now. He's really sort of making and has a lot of momentum. 125 is absolutely stacked. Bokang Masanyane, who looked amazing against Kito Yamakita at 165 in Japan, beating a Japanese fighter on his home soil.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what's next out of Bokang. I mean, his wrestling, his athleticism. He's just so fast. He's so durable. He's electric. I know that he wants, potentially the winner of Pashio and Jared Brooks. And if Pashio is able to beat Brooks, do we get a third one? So, so many questions certainly will be answered over the next 30 days or so.
I've been loving just getting up in the morning, and I'm like, hey, who is it next? Now, obviously, we see the card, but guys like Pet Garfield coming out, guys like who the heck is it? Sorry, Thong Poon. Thong Poon just came and got a
Yeah,
nasty knockout recently, and then
he's
guys
won
also
5
like.
in a row now.
Oh man, and they have marketability. Pet Garfield comes out with a freaking Pikachu
Yeah.
mask on. Thong Poon comes out looking like a Thai Tupac. It's awesome, and then performs after it too. So, I think one dark horse of I think it's 145 is Rod Tang 145.
35.
135. Of that
Yeah.
would be Tagir Kalilov, man. He's been someone I've been watching every single time. So he fought Rotang on his debut on a week's notice. And it was
Yeah.
that viral fight. And then he fought the next one he took, it was another 10-day notice. He lost it. The next two, all of that, the ones he's done with prep, he's won, obviously, besides his recent loss to Superlek, which was
Yeah.
awesome. And I think he was cut like crazy, too. That was kind of what caused the issue as well. Credit to Superlek, he's the kicking machine. So, and Cat Mukau is no joke of a gym, and no, I think actually they just closed their doors. Shout out to Cat Mukau. So, but one thing you've said in the past is, and I totally agree, man. Hockey and NBA and they all have 100 games a week with fights. Why not 100 fights a week, right? And we're getting
Yeah.
close to that.
Well, I mean, look, the thing is that one championship's very active when it comes to just having a consistency of events. You look at One Friday Fights consistently on at Lumpini Stadium and available around the world. And then you're getting once a month at least one fight nights. And then now the number shows are coming back. So to me, it's really is the sky's the limit. And it's a testament to Chatri for being able to have the vision to invest in all these divisions. And it's not just, here's the deal, it's not just one sport. I
Mhm.
mean, you're looking at MMA, you're looking at Muay Thai, you're looking at kickboxing, you're looking at submission grappling. There are 4 sports that one championship has under one roof and deep divisions in all 4 sports. So I mean, they really have to boost the roster up so the matchmakers are searching high and low, and you're seeing these road to one tournaments all over the world for the opportunity to make your debut or to fight on One Friday Fights. And then if you go and do well on One Friday Fights and you have a string on One Friday Fights, then Chatri can easily say, all right, well, I'm going to give you a 6-figure contract and you're going to be elevated essentially to the one fight night shows. I mean, it's tremendous and stuff. I mean, even Sexon. Remember when Sexon made his
Oh,
one fight night debut after being
oh,
on
I
One Friday
did.
Fights? I mean, how much of a savage he was, man, and he is.
Tyson Harrison's fight with him won the love of the whole. I remember when I was talking with him, his coaches were saying they were grabbing staff from the back, and they're like, "Come watch, come watch."
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Barn
I
burners,
mean,
man.
absolutely.
Prize fighting, like you say, literally, and it's like a real life movie. These guys, man. That's why I love this sport so much. That's why we have guys like David Goggins. It came from the love of Rocky, watching a guy that got up after he got knocked down. When I stub my toe, or if even I've had news of someone passing away. It used to, it's horrible, but you get up, and that's what fighting is, man. And it's so cool how this sport relates to life so much, and that's what Eddie was really talking about as well during our conversation, is that fighting is life and it relates so much. And for folks that like love the sport with everything they have, and it's funny, he was like, I have a crush on Muay Thai. It's everywhere I look, and it's the same thing. You're looking at clothing or a movie, and you're just constantly finding the sport in wherever you go or every conversation you have.
Well, I mean, it's the truest statement. It is prize fighting. You know why? Because you're fighting for a prize. You're fighting to further your legacy, and you're fighting for money. I mean, and if you're not, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like the key is I mean, seriously, people love the fighters love it when they get to a certain level and they're being interviewed by my partner, the Dragon Mitch Chilson, and they get a finish or it's a ridiculous fight, and Mitch says, Chatri Shidyotong is giving you $50,000. Like I don't do it as good as Mitch, And then you hear Frank who says
Frank.
it to the Thai fans, and he goes and he says it so eloquently. It's like da, 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 whoa, 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 like whatever he says, like in his own frank way. The fighters love that. But you know what? The bottom line is that they're rewarded for their efforts. You go out there, you put on a memorable performance, you're going to be rewarded. I mean, look at the fact of Luke Lisi had an amazing fight against Smoking Joe Nadwat in December. Comes back like 2 months later, gets an opportunity to fight Eddie Abasolo. They both tore the house down again. You know they're both going to be back in separate bouts, but I mean, it's awesome to see, man.
It is, dude. It really fucking is. Oh my god! I watched the Eddie Abasolo and Luke Lisi fight like 4 times today, so it's just having like good PTSD about it when you're talking about it there. Um, I know you said you only had half an hour here, and we're at 8 o'clock. Yeah, yeah. So, but it really is the best time to be a combat sports fan ever because we're entering a new golden era. We really are. It's First of all, one championship has the whole world's eyes on it, and wherever, like I've attended the WBC Amazing Muay Thai Festival in Venice. So you have over 50 countries, every single
Yeah.
one of those gyms, and every single one of those athletes. They wanted to win gold. Why? To get the attention to get into one championship. It has the global eyes on it. You don't have guys going there talking about other promotions. No offense to them at all. They're doing their own thing. It's great. But the next generation and the next golden era and best part, and like I said, violence per capita is one championship.
Without question. You know what? Once I get back off of, because we got back-to-back shows, with obviously 166 and one Fight Night 20. Once I get back into the States, let's definitely sit down and have a more longer, in-depth conversation. And I'll give you as long as you want and stuff, man. You just let me know, and we'll make it happen.
I really appreciate that, Ray, and we'll be all hyped up watching those fights too. Amazing.
Awesome. Thanks, Taylor. Have a great one, bro.
Clarika, appreciate it, man.
Later, man. Take care.
Cheers.